Serious Skincare was developed by a woman in Northern California a couple of years ago. She developed it as she had challenges with her skin. She developed it for herself and her daughter. Well, along comes Jennifer Lavin Stallone, supermodel, incredibly gorgeous woman and brilliant as well. She took hold of Serious Skincare and developed it into this wonderful problem solution brand. And that's exactly what we have 1 hour to talk to you about. This is the Beauty IQ Steal. And John, come on in. This is your first Beauty IQ Steal, and it has been wonderfully, wonderfully successful and well received on this, which is very exciting. I'm going to tell you this, no auto delivery. So it wouldn't be out of the question to pick up a second set of this, because what you're getting here is a wonderful introduction to Serious Skincare. This is the A-Defiance line, which we'll talk about the vitamin A as well. If purchased separately, as you can see, we have, first of all, your serum. Your serum is going to be $44. The cream will be $44. And then these wonderful 60 count pads are $39. Well, now I've helped you spend $127. Beauty IQ Steal is something that's special. $67, free shipping and handling, $67 savings, free shipping and handling. The only thing I will tell you is the price and the free shipping will go up at the end of the month, but this has been so popular, there is never any guarantee that we'll have enough to last till the end of the month. And $12 will get it home. So, John, when we talk about this, you really gave us what I like to call the 1, 2, 3 punch, because you gave us serum, you gave us the cream, and you gave us the pads. And together, we'll get to experience that vitamin A that you're so well known for.
Right. So we gave you a complete regimen. All you need to do is add a cleanser, which we're going to talk about a little later. Yes. But it's a really incredible regimen, a regimen of vitamin A that truly, if you think about it, vitamin A for the last 4 decades has been the #1 most talked about anti-aging ingredient on the marketplace. If you go into any dermatologist's office, you see vitamin A front and center. But there's a couple of imperatives about vitamin A that you need to know, right? It's harsh, and if you've been on the fence about using vitamin A, come on in and take a look at this trio we're offering. Because with Serious Skincare, we met those imperatives, Pat. So we encapsulated that volatile ingredient, that harsh ingredient, we shrunk it down, and we also made it time released. So if your vitamin A is not nanofied and it's not time released, I would suggest you move on to a different vitamin A. Now, that's just the imperatives. What makes ours different is we use 2 forms of retinol and retinol palmitate. And why is that important? Because each of those ingredients has a different molecular structure and services the skin in different ways. So the retinol can actually go a little lower into the skin level and plump up and hydrate the skin, and the retinol palmitate blankets that in.
You know, John, I should properly introduce you, John Pinocchio. John, you are an executive director, 28 years with Serious Skincare, even more, believe it or not, in the world of beauty. So we appreciate having you here today. The two of us talked about, if you guys want to call us, you have questions, you want to comment on Serious Skincare and what you use, how you love it, whatever the case may be, please call us. Feel free, 1-800-395-1601 on any of these products. But we're going to give you a regimen today that will result in some of these before and afters. So you talked about vitamin A. You talked about 2 different kinds of retinol, a delivery system that's unique. Hence this.
So take a look at the results here after 30 days of use, Pat, and look at the forehead here. And this is June, and June's about 60 years old. And take a look at, it took her 6 decades to get those deep furrowed lines on her before, and look at the after results after just 30 days. Now imagine with continued use, right, of what she's going to see. I love this before and after. I love it. If you see the targeted area there and you see how we've used the red circle and we've really focusing on the depth of that line and how we've minimized the appearance of that deep line. But just also look outside the circle, look at the pore size has been minimized, and look at literally how we've almost blurred the texture of her skin using the A-Defi trio. And I love this one. This model is in her 70s. Take a look at, that's her marionette line, from the corner of the mouth on to the chin there, you see. And look at how the dark shadows that the actual wrinkles contribute to.
You went after the really tough areas, John,
we
to
did,
get results.
and we delivered those results, because really, vitamin A, if you're, again, on the fence, who's this for, Pat? It really is for people who are first seeing the signs of aging, or if you're looking in the mirror and recognizing years of neglect, right? You haven't been actually taking care of your skin. That's who this is for.
I mean, in the before and after, and that's after 30 days. Remember, with everything on QVC, you have 30 days to give it a try. That's the beauty of it. But in our 1, 2, 3 step, let's walk through how we're going to use these.
Right, so you want to start off with cleansed, dry skin, and then you're going to use the treatment pads. And they're really generously sized, as you see here, right? And so what I would suggest for you before you use them, as you store them upside down, because that way the top pad is most saturated with the treatment serum.
We all love that suggestion.
Right. And I will say a lot of our customers like to keep them in the refrigerator, Pat, because it's also very cooling
Nice idea.
on the application. And you're going to see on the screen, you're going to see some reviews from customers just like you, which we love sharing. And we'd love to hear from one of our customers. You mentioned, we're new to QVC. We launched last February, coming up on our 1-year anniversary. But we've been in the space at your sister network for a couple of decades, so we're not new to this rodeo, if you will. Anyway, so we've got the treatment pads, then you follow it with the serum, which is the A-Force. And each of these is a treatment into itself. Don't just think of this as serum or a cream. These are actual treatments unto themselves. So you've got the A-Force, which is the highest percentage of retinol that we have is in the A-Force. And then the A-Cream, 4 million IU we call it. It's because it's 4 million international units of not only retinol, but retinol palmitate.
So if we start with the pads, how often shall we do them, and what should we expect when we use the pads?
Right, so this regimen, as you see here, is literally a 2-month supply. So there are 60 pads, and you use those every day. You can what's wonderful about Serious Skincare's retinol, you can choose to use it whether morning or night. A lot of retinol manufacturers suggest that you only use it at night. You can use ours because it's formulated to deliver the results morning or night. It's completely up to you. But start with your pads, again, after cleansed dry skin. You just let that kind of absorb with the treatment. If you exactly what you're doing after you use the face,
you reminded me to do this.
Right? Don't waste anything, right?
Yes.
Get those ingredients on the skin, and then you want to layer in the A-Force. I'd love to go over and show it on the model if we could, because you'll see how readily the skin accepts the ingredients.
Okay. And we'll follow you.
Great.
All right.
So these are good flying sheets. You see, like we talked about, using the treatment pads all over the face, sweep down, you actually get the neck and décolleté as well.
And it doesn't burn, it doesn't smell.
Right.
What it's doing is it's delivering. I mean, your whole line is problem solutions. So it's exfoliating, it's delivering a treatment at the same time.
It's so critical because it's helping with that cellular turnover, which is so critical for healthier skin and healthier appearing looking skin. So she's taking off that, she's helping to exfoliate. The retinol is exfoliating as well, but the pads themselves, just by nature of the texture of the fabrication, is helping to exfoliate the skin. Then we're gonna go to the serum.
And if you're doing this at home, do it at the top of your hands. John reminded me.
Right. And this is the A-Force. And you mentioned Jennifer Flavin Stallone as our founder. Well, Sly Stallone named this product the A-Force. Kind of sounds typical. That sounds like Sly, doesn't it? So
that definitely makes sense now.
It's suitable for use around the eye area. And our retinol is really suitable for those of you that have sensitive skin. Those of you that claim to have sensitive skin, our A-Defy is appropriate.
Okay, so that's your serum.
And Pat, look how it's absorbed into the skin. That's just not unusual to our model. That's what the experience you're going to have. The skin just drinks it in. And then you blanket the retinol with the retinol palmitate retinol formulation of our vitamin A cream. And you see, again, the skin just drinks it in. And then you're good to go. You let it just absorb, and then you can apply, if you need to apply makeup, foundation, right on top of it.
SPF?
Absolutely,
on top.
Every day.
Okay.
Even on a snow day like today.
Yes, exactly, which might be even more important.
Right.
There is no auto delivery on this, and when you look at the results, remind us again, because in the before, I'm going to blame her children for all of those lines. And when you have that kind of well-earned lines, it makes you sometimes look angry, and nobody loves those. But after 30 days, take a look at the results. These are all hard areas, John, to really get results from.
One of my favorite pieces of the role I fill at Serious Skincare, aside from being here with you, Pat, is actually being with these women that we use as our models on these before and afters. Because they come in and they've tried a lot of things. Like many of you out there, you've tried a lot of stuff and you just don't feel it, right? All of a sudden, after 30 days, and I talked to them in the process, you know, my skin's changing. I can feel it, I can see a difference. And to see them, and then they come in for their after photograph, and you can imagine the joy on their face when they actually see it in the same side by side.
Yes.
And this one here, again, this is just remarkable. Look, not only do you have the line and wrinkle that's so deep, they look deeper than they are because the light catches that, right? Catches that fold, and it casts a shadow. And again, this is the under eye area. What I like about this one is that look at how we've minimized the appearance of the pores in the after you see there. And they've really almost been reduced in size in their appearance. Because, you know, it's just retinol and retinol palmitate. They are the #1 wrinkle fighting ingredient in the industry. And Serious Skincare has been at this for over 2 decades in using vitamin A. Pat, this is our 5th incarnation. Our 5th formulation of our vitamin A is our A-Defi.
And there, I just want you to see the different texture. I mean, you saw the pad, but this is the serum, and then this is the cream. So you know the different textures that you're going to get on these. $59.98. You know what I love about this Beauty IQ still? Not only the savings, but I love the idea that you gave us the 3 pieces that are going to be most effective. Because if I was sitting at home, maybe I'd buy this, and then I wouldn't buy that, or I'd buy this. Take advantage of it. This is the 1, 2, 3 punch. This is the retinol. This is the vitamin A that you've read about, that others have talked about, but maybe you've been a little bit, you know, hesitant about going into this arena. 30 days. You've got 30 days. You don't like it, you can send it back. But if you fell in love with it and you only bought 1 set, and you said this was, John, about a 2-month supply?
2-month supply using it once a day.
Right? Okay. Yeah. So approximately a 2-month supply once a day. Maybe you want to pick up that second one, because if you're using Easy Pay, that would be $24 with the 5 Easy Pay. So you definitely could think about that.
What's interesting is that when we launched in February, this duo here, the A-Force A Cream, was $59. The price you see today for the entire trio. So we're so thrilled to partner with QVC on these extraordinary values, and they make it so affordable. So thank you, QVC.
Well, I wish I could take credit for it. I can't, though. But I'm with you on that one. All right, we're going to talk about their iconic product, the first